Hello, everybody. This is your daily tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries. It's a little bit late, but that's okay because we kind of do the energy of the 24-hour period anyway. What's up? Thank you for joining. I know it's late. I understand that. And I want to thank you for coming on anyway. Hello. Heart love to you too. What's up, Ann? So I just want to say thank you guys, and this is your daily tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries, and it is for all zodiac signs. It's an energy reading, and what that means is you're going to feel drawn to it, and if you don't, that's totally cool, and if you are, then you're supposed to be here, and that's it. Thank you so much, Ellie. Yeah, I got really kind of like down. And I mean physically, not mentally. Mentally, I'm fine. But physically, I started coughing again. I got weak again. There was a lot going on. And there is a lot going on right now. Hi, Shah. There was a lot going on. And there is a lot going on. And I had a heavy workload. I have a heavy workload today, tomorrow, and Thursday. So I am falling a little bit behind, but I thank you all for your patience with me. If you're seeing this on Astrology Motivation, thank you. And please remember to subscribe to the channel and ring that bell and select all notifications and share this to your social media platforms and support Astrology Motivation content by sharing it, as well as by checking out Born Without Boundaries Tarot, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Libra. I just posted. Yeah, I've been drawn to use my Animal Totems deck again. So, what's up, Tree? So, things are changing. Things are shifting in me. And that's good. That's good. I'm hoping that Vimeo sales come back up. If you haven't, please go subscribe over to Vimeo too, because my concept for Vimeo is to really create a gated community. I would kind of do it through my website, but I can't really like Wix does not offer the terabytes that Vimeo does to house all those video files. And I want to be able to create a safe space for us to go, like a closed community, for us to be able to talk freely and not get dogged by any kind of scammers or haters, but people who are just really interested and in love with spirituality, astrology, you know, those things that are very important to me. I want a safe space for them as opposed to constantly being attacked. So that's my goal for Vimeo. And if you guys are really interested, then go. So I don't think it's subscription. I think it's just following a channel over on Vimeo. And then you can subscribe to, or soon you'll be able to subscribe to the on-demand pages that I create every week. And you'll be able to subscribe per month. And ultimately, what does that mean? Well, it means you'll get a shit ton of content for a cheap price. You know, as long as you commit to a subscription. So that's kind of that's sort of what I want to be able to do over on Vimeo. So I encourage you to go check that out too. I do. I'm at a point where I'm just kind of like at a low and I need to like relax for a second and just chill for you guys, with you guys. Tuesday, the moon is in Capricorn. Oh no, it's not. The moon entered Aquarius. Okay, so the moon is in Aquarius. The moon is in Aquarius. A perfect time, actually, to be doing, becoming involved with community and a higher purpose or a larger purpose or philanthropic purposes or social change. All of those things really fulfill the moon, the emotions, when the moon is in Aquarius. Also, being around friends is very important at this time too. Sometimes it can become a little too important, like who am I to others and how do others feel about me? That could be sort of the dark side of this energy. But that's it. Let's get into the reading. I'm curious to see what happens in the reading. Where we go. You ready? Let's go. Hi, little boo. You see her? I love how she sits and just like lets her little leg hang over. You my precious little buggy. You my precious. I love you. I love her so much. That's my little puppy. That's my baby dog. Okay. Anyway, there was your kisses fix. I love her so much. Okay. What do you need to tell me, God? So this is giving up. Not standing up for what you believe in. Backing down. Backing down. Giving up. I don't know what that's about. Hard work, dedication. Remember, this side of the card is saying, remember, your children are watching how you work. They're watching how hard you commit yourself. This is, do you want them to see you give up? Do you want to see them to see you quit? Or do you want to teach them how to work hard? Because you will be appreciated. Your work will be acknowledged. And this is going to take a lot of strength. So you're working on something that's going to take a lot of courage, because in some ways you feel like you should just give up, or you feel that you've been defeated in some ways, somehow. What's up, Amber? The strength card talks about like getting control over those primal urges, being courageous. And courage starts inside. So facing those parts of you that are hard to handle. And then we have the Four of Swords, looking out there and respecting the fact that right now there's nothing I can do about it. But you see there's a lot of damage. There's a lot of destruction. There's a lot of damage out there. But do you have the ability to do anything about it now? Yes. And the Four of Swords reminds you have the ability to think things through. You don't have to go out there with guns blazing or swords flaring or fists punching. Hey, sweetheart. I'm loving the extended. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that shout out. I love the extendeds too. I don't think people realize that my extendeds are usually as long or longer than the videos on YouTube, than the free videos. Now, most readers are not like that. I'm just trying to plug myself and point out that most readers, you get like a 30-minute YouTube video and then you get like a 10-minute or a 5-minute extended. That's not the way my extendeds are. Mine are extremely in-depth, and they're almost as long, if not longer. They're equal to the YouTube videos. So you do get a lot, and I would feel bad if you didn't, because I think you're paying for it, right? So thank you for that shout out. I really do appreciate that. So this is a sense of realizing you can do something about it, but it has to be something strategic. It can't be like, what am I going to do if I go out there guns blazing? I'm not prepared for that right now. So this is like strategic period, right? Oh shit. The center of our reading is something falling apart. Either losing money, or feeling like we're losing our house, or losing a home, or something happening at home, something happening where we're destabilized in terms of our certainty and security. I don't want y'all freaking out. Remember, this is a 24-hour energy period. This is just a sense of maybe just even not feeling secure right now, or financially feeling like things are off. Oh, sicky. This is the Six of Wands. So this is public recognition. It's like you're putting yourself out there for Let me put this in. It's like you're putting yourself out there for scrutiny that you may not be ready for. That's kind of what it is, especially financially. Okay, Temperance Angel is here. This is current, right? This is our energy right now. This is almost like we're thinking about or looking at different options for how to make things work. But there's just this reality of right now, there's a harsh reality of what we're working with. And what we're working with is very intimidating, because we don't really know how to make this work. This is about confusion, but there's hope in the confusion, right? There's hope in the confusion because it reminds us that we do have options. You know, we do have options that even though none of us may, you know, we're kind of, in other words, we're kind of amorphous right now. We're shifting. We're in the middle of a shift. And where things are going to go, think of like, what is it, a roulette table where the balls are just like, you don't really know where it's going to land. But this is the time when we got to double down on our energy and recognize that it's not about where the ball lands. It's about the decisions we make about where the ball lands. You know, and this is where how we feel about ourselves and our own security. This is like feeling kind of weak and restless and hopeless because externally we don't have everything in place. So it's a reminder about, okay, but what about internally? What about your work ethic? What about your knowledge? What about your experience? What about those things, right? What about them? Because that's really important. And really kind of like double down on what you can do to work with these very hard to work with resources. That's kind of where we're at. And then it's like, this is like looking for options, asking questions, getting out there, searching. A lot of this is like somebody's doing preliminary work. This isn't necessarily the day to take action so much as it is the day to collect the info and see the possibilities, average out the probabilities, all of those things. Like that's the energy. And I know that a lot of us want an exciting reading every fucking day, but this, and I think every reading is exciting, but this is kind of like the grunt work. This is like doing the groundwork for something that we're not completely certain of and maybe we don't have a lot of experience with. So using our experience, how experienced are we being in situations where we lack experience? Like how have we learned to handle ourselves in situations where we lack experience and maybe we even lack resources to move forward? And so ultimately, honesty and integrity is really important. Putting yourself out there and trying, allowing yourself to be seen, kind of exposing yourself for review is definitely that kind of feeling right now. Oh, there's something here that just popped out, the 6 of Cups. So this is like going home, returning home, like finding a place where you can call home, or needing comfort. That you will want comfort right now. If you've been craving comfort things, like for me it's food, but just a sense of like 6 of Cups. Six of Cups is about what you have, like the emotions that you feel secure in, the places that you feel secure loving, the people you feel secure loving, you know. Other people feeling comfortable around you. So the key, what this reading is saying, is the key to the tricky situations that you're going through right now is how you make people feel. How comfortable do you make people feel? How comfortable do they feel around you? This is really, really important right now because that may be all that you have to offer. But it's very powerful. How emotionally comfortable you make somebody feel could be the deciding factor right now. I love you, little boo. Balance spirituality and practicality. Okay. What does that mean? It means that especially in the spiritual community, we can go the opposite side. We can go to the extreme of like, okay, everything is just lighting candles and shit. It's not, right? It's not. It's really not. You have to put those manifestations to work. You have to live it. You have to live that energy every single day. Practically speaking, you have to be able, in other words, you have to be where you are physically, in the physical reality, has to be aligned to your spiritual expectations, or else there's a gap that's created, and that leaves a void and sucks out the opportunity and starts to subtract from the opportunity, right? So overreaching yourself, in other words, you want to be a millionaire, right? Let's say that, because it's easy. Say you want to be a millionaire. You're trying to manifest becoming a millionaire. But if practically speaking, you aren't even comfortable with making 50 grand a year, or figuring out how to balance a smaller income, then what you're doing is you're trying to manifest something that isn't a reality for you yet in this practical world. And even though it wants to come to you, it won't come to you until you're strong enough to hold it in this world. And that strength has to come through a series of steps of basically believing in who you are, learning more about things, getting the answers you need to actually feel comfortable. Because you have to feel comfortable with what you're trying to manifest. Like, what if you're trying to manifest a relationship? Well, that's great, but do you feel comfortable in the presence of somebody else? Are you ready to be vulnerable in the presence of somebody else? Are you ready to share your life with somebody else? If all those things still make you feel uncomfortable, then what the fuck you lighting your candle for? I want a relationship. I want a relationship. Oh, it's never coming to me. Oh, it's never coming. He's not coming to you because you're not doing the practical work to support the spiritual work. So both of those things have to be happening at the same time. And I think that that's why a lot of people get really disappointed with spiritual work. Well, I light this candle. I've been lighting this candle every fucking day for 10 years. Nothing has happened. But practically, what have you been doing to prepare yourself to receive it in the 3D world? If you want to be a millionaire, have you taken those business classes? Have you taken those financial management classes? Have you started a business and learned the ins and outs of what the responsibility daily is to handle that kind of money? Like, you have to do the practical work to support the spiritual work. They go hand in hand. That's what this energy is saying. So this energy feels like somebody is vibing at, you're overreaching. You're overreaching because of an ideal. But you haven't really done the research to know what that ideal, how that ideal is even going to play out in the real space. So Pisces is like, forget about the illusions. What's the reality of that illusion? Like, how does that illusion translate into reality? And that's kind of what this energy is. Are you overreaching? Are you overstretching? And if you don't want to be overreaching and you don't want to be overstretching, what's the work that you have to do to actually be prepared to receive what you're asking for? That's the question that's on the table right now. What is the work that I have to do to be prepared to receive what I'm asking for? Because there is a space, there's a gap between the comfort level here, between what you want and what you're ready for. And the secret is, if you fill in that gap, that manifestation is going to come right to you. But let's talk about that gap and the sacrifices and the strength it's going to take for us to fill that in. Because in some ways, there's just a sense of not really having the moral strength. And now working then on the moral strength that it's going to take to support this kind of attention. Or, this is like something here is bigger than what you realize. Oh, cool. This is interesting advice. Thank you, Sotero. maintain your boundaries, turn on your feeling detectors, and then manage. Yeah, thank you for that. I would add on, there's also discipline, right? There's also that physical discipline of getting up at the same time every day and making physical room for all those things that you're working on, right? Like defining that restart, beginning to set the cornerstones or the foundation for what that's going to look like in the real world, right? And you got to start with what you can imagine right now. What you can believe can be yours. Because say you came from a really poor place and the only thing you know about is a small house, maybe a 1-bedroom house. To dream of this mansion and say, I'm ready for it. You're not. Own that little shack first. Feel how it feels to own that first. You're not settling, you're learning. Because once you know about how to the responsibility to own that shack, then you're ready to add on to that shack. In other words, that shack is your mansion. That shack is the foundation for your mansion. You don't have to go look for another mansion that somebody else has built. You start where you are and you add on until you turn around one day and you realize, holy shit, I am living in the mansion of my dreams. I built it brick by brick. And by building it brick by brick, I made sure that I was ready for every brick I laid. So that now when you are living in that mansion, you know every single brick in that mansion. And you're ready for it. You're not going to go buy somebody else's mansion. You're going to have your own because it's what you built. This is about building it, starting from a weak place and getting to a strong place. You have to start where you are. You have to use the resources that you have, even though they look sketchy and crazy and, oh my God, what am I going to do with these? You have something. You have to start where you are. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes we overreach, right? And we get disappointed. There's no reason to be disappointed because what you have in front of you right now is one of those bricks for what you want to build. It is all a part of it. You know, it is all where your dreams come true is a culmination of all of those steps that you've taken in your life. So you can actually physically believe this reality in front of you because you built it brick by brick. It's very important mindset to get into. So you're always owning and comfortable in the reality that you're living in. And when you decide you add on to it, you're adding on something that you're comfortable adding on. Because as soon as it becomes uncomfortable, that levels, it starts to suck in that negative, destructive energy of I can't, disbelief. Right? And that's what stalls us. Even if we're still lighting our candles. That's what balanced spirituality and practicality means, nature. This is a good way. Nature is actually a really good tool to help ground yourself and bring yourself back to comfort with your physical existence. Because nature is the closest thing to spirituality in reality. Nature is like pure reality. It's like the first step into reality from the spiritual world. And that's why connecting with nature, the wind, the sun, the sky, the birds, the like animal, when it's a resource for us to get comfortable again. You know, find that comfort zone if we've lost it. This is definitely somebody sort of lost a comfort zone a little bit. You're kind of on shaky ground. Get back to the comfort zone. Maybe take a few steps back. You know, rather take a few steps back than destroy everything by trying to blast yourself forward. Right? Like, take a few steps back to be like, okay, I feel comfortable here. Not comfortable as in I'm afraid, But comfortable as in, I feel, and maybe I shouldn't say comfortable. I feel that my desires and my reality are aligned on this step. And if I can't believe it on the next step, then I shouldn't be at that next step yet. I should only be on that next step when I believe that next step is where I am. I believe in it. I believe in that next step. And I am in alignment on that next step. Right? Now, how do you start reaching out? How do you start stretching out? You just start preparing. It's almost like starting small. Like starting small. Nobody wants to start small, right? Everybody wants to just do the big thing right away, and that's why most people break themselves. Abraham Hicks, she's the best. She said, it's Esther. When I say what she did was she invented this thing of starting out small in terms of manifestations. Really small. She's like, write a list of things you've got to do that day. Right? Get yourself in the habit of doing those, get yourself in the habit of those instant manifestations, of realizing that if I see it in my mind, I can make it a reality. And she would write down things as simple as, I'm going to pick up this card. Oh, see, I thought it in my head, and then I made it into a reality. I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna go empty the dishwasher. I'm not gonna do that right now. But she would say, empty the dishwasher. I can go, oh, I thought it in my head. I visualized myself doing it, and now I'm gonna go physically do it. Right? I'm gonna go empty the dishwasher. I'm gonna put it away. Oh, check. Another thing that started as a thought, followed by a visualization, and then physical execution. And it's almost like get yourself, and it sounds like, oh, that's so silly, that's so stupid. No, that's the building blocks of manifestation. It's getting you into the mindset of, I can think it, I can visualize it, it'll become reality. I think it, I visualize it, it'll become reality. I'm going to pick up the remote control now. I thought it, I visualized it, it became a reality. I'm going to turn the television on now. If I press this button, the television is going to go on. I thought it, I visualized it, it became a reality. You see how powerful my mind is? Some of us are still just at this place where we're manifesting all these fucking things. We like these candles, but we really don't understand how to connect the spiritual with the physical. And these little steps, these little checklists will help you do that. And what she suggested, or it was Abraham that suggested through Esther, you write down about 17 things, or 12 things, I think it was something like that. And you just, in other words, you're writing a list and you're making a decision to write the list. And then you go throughout the list and check things off. And it'll bring up your vibration because you'll start to see, I've accomplished this. I've accomplished this. And it's going to put you in the mindset of, I can, I do, I have. Right? It's going to put you in that mindset. And it's that mindset that's really going to conduct more abundance. And you start really small. You start with those simple little tiny things. And that's kind of what it is. When you feel like you've gotten ahead of yourself, step back and go through those little steps again. Because maybe we've been shaken a little bit. And that's okay. That's okay. Okay. Next. Third eye chakra. Yeah, there's something here where we're not seeing a bigger picture, or we're only seeing the obvious, what's in front of us. There's or this can represent where something's clouded, right? This sense of something doesn't make sense, something's off. We don't have all the information we need. Okay. When you're driving through fog, which is what the 7 of Cups is when you're driving through fog, you got to drive slow. You can drive through it. You can do it. But you can't do it at 100 miles an hour. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you can't make progress through any situation, but you got to react to the situation you're in. And right now, things aren't clear. They're foggy. They're foggy. We don't really know. So we just got to go, okay, I'm going to do this today. And I'm going to get it done. And then I'm going to see where that leads me and figure some stuff out because shit is not clear. So I got to go slow. I got to keep going, but I got to go at a pace where I can handle mental conflict. You're still not so sure about something. You're still not so sure about it. Okay, go slow. Let yourself just go slow. Don't rush yourself or feel disappointed by yourself right now. Let yourself go slow. You take one step at a time. And then we have deep knowing. Ooh, this is where we're headed. We're headed to a deep, deep, deep understanding. And then truth be told. Oh, shit. Time to go. Truth be told. We're going to find our direction. We're going to know our way. We are going to, the fog will clear. There's a truth that's coming to us, is what these cards are suggesting. Or we're closing the gap between the truth and us. And then we have by the book. We have 444 too. By the book. What does that mean? It means that go pedantically. It means that this is kind of tedious. You're going to have to like check the law books and check the rule books. And I'm not necessarily it's not about playing by the rules. It's about knowing what rules you're playing in. It's something like that. So take your time. Take your time and trust this process. And don't rush it. Just help somebody feel comfortable in it if you're working with somebody else. And then we have Heart Guardian, love and let yourself be loved. Ooh, baby. And then we have David, hold the space. But there's something here there where the space is not like it's I don't know. It's not certain. Let's put it that way. There's a lack of certainty here. There's a lack of certainty here. What is this? There's some sort of help or assistance coming from a situation or circumstance or people that you didn't expect. It's also a lot of, there's hope here, definitely. You feel like there's doom and gloom. I remember how I was talking about the fog. There's definitely like, you have to be the light right now because the environment around you isn't offering that. But go slow. Hold the light. There's definitely something sort of like looming. I'm trying to figure stuff out. This is definitely somebody holding the light against the dark too. But you know what? It's because you believe in the light, not because you hate the dark, or it's like hold your own. Hold the space is in reverse. Something's not as worthy as you think it is. I'm going to say this to you right now. I don't know why I got that in my head, but my ego, Rome was not built in a day. No, it was not. Nor did it fall in a year. You know, that was a slow creeping, you know what I'm saying? Like, like slow rot happened with that too. It wasn't like it all fell in a second. And then we have leadership. Set your goals. So this is about integrity. That's about moral integrity inside of your own heart. So this is about entering into a situation, getting yourself clear, clearing out your cobwebs inside of you. Because if you're going to be the light, then this is what you got to worry about. This is what you can control. This is what you got to let shine. And then it doesn't matter how much darkness is on the outside. And then we have unicorn. Invite serendipity. I'm telling you right now, there's something here that you're being called to do that's huge and big, and you can't handle it all at once. But if you maintain that integrity inside of yourself, you can handle it over time. You can handle it over time, and you do have more time than the doom and gloom would suggest. You do have more time. I hope. This is light. This is being the conduit for spirit or God. And then we have, I feel grateful. Gratitude is going to be the source of your light. Gratitude is almost going to be your internal cleaning service. Gratitude is going to help you clear out that muck so that your light shines out as strong as it can. And then there is hope. If you feel hope, you bring hope. If you believe hope, you bring hope. Ooh, I don't even know where we're going with this, but it's kind of like somebody needs this pep talk. Inner temple. Oh, God. Devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart. This is just like setting yourself back to basics, guys. Back to basics. And that's where the power is right now. Back to basics. Aquamarine, divine life purpose. Trust the signs and your inner guidance, which are leading you to fulfillment. I almost feel like in some ways, you know, you got big shit ahead of you, you know? And you're like, fuck, I just don't want to do it. You do, because your soul, this is a soul purpose. You have to do it, right? You do want to, it doesn't matter if you want to do it. You're called to do it. You got to do it. You got to do it. Like this isn't something that you can decide to not do. Right? So ultimately, you're going to do it. You're going to do it one step at a time. But you've got to make sure that each step you take, you're ready for. Because if you're not, something's going to fall and collapse. So just do this really slowly, pedantically, one step at a time. I'm telling you, every journey starts with the first step, right? So don't go on a journey. Go one step after the other. That's it. That's as far as you're looking right now. One footstep, next footstep. One footstep, next footstep. That's where you're going right now. That's it. You're just going, I'm going one step further. That's it. And then tomorrow I'm going to go another step. That's it. That's as far as I want you to look forward right now. But I do want you looking forward. Whew. It's really dark in here. Gee, hold on. Ooh. Hi, little bug. He's so cute. All right. I love my baby. That's better, right? Whew. Lost you guys. The sun sets really quickly, man. I swear to God, the sunset so quick here. It is. I just use this on a personal reading. I actually just used this. I loved it, actually. I love this metaphor. The sunset in California happens as quickly as an avocado ripens. You know, it's like not ripe, it's 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 ripe, it's rotten. You know what I'm saying? And like, that's how the sunset is out here. It's like, it's morning, it's morning, it's morning, it's morning, it's morning, it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like the daylight goes down really quick here. It's not even 5 o'clock yet. And it's like the sun is set. Crazy. Anxiety. We surround you with the healing light of amethyst. Take a deep breath and breathe in this beautiful violet light. Feel your anxiety melting away. There is nothing to fear. There is only love. Oh, do it now. Don't put it off any longer. Have courage. Listen to your intuition, for it is a guiding voice. It is the guiding voice of your soul. So yeah, do it now. I'm going to amend this because I think there's a lot of anxiety in that you feel like, I have to get it done now. I have to do it now. No. Hey, Jenny. You do not have to do it now. You have to start the process now. You do not have to get it all done now. Like she said, Rome wasn't built in a day. Houses don't go up in a second. You have to start now. You have to take that first step. But the stress and anxiety is like, I got to have it all settled now. No, you do not. No. And I'll tell you, it is already settled now, as long as you've begun the steps. It's already yours as long as you're in the process of it becoming. So you stay in the process of it becoming, and it's already yours. Lessen that anxiety of, but it's not all here right now. Step by step, through the fog, you're going to reveal a little bit more, step by step. It's all there right now. It's just you can't see it all right now. Vision. A positive outcome requires a positive vision. Visualize everyone involved in your present situation, surrounded by light and love. Make sure to include yourself also. Your love has the power to influence and transform current events. Whoa! I love this. And then we have middle path. Ooh, embrace both sides. The middle path is the road to a balanced and more peaceful life. You're creating something that wasn't there before. Whatever has already been is not going to be. This is something brand new. So you're creating and building that temperance, right? Making both things work. And maybe that's never been done before. So step by step, lay these bricks firmly. I love you guys. I'm going to get offline and stop preaching to you. And I will definitely see you on here tomorrow, Wednesday. Happy hump day. Yeah, and so you can look out. Hopefully you're enjoying Sagittarius, Libra, and Scorpio. Look for Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces coming out tomorrow morning. And I'll see you guys soon. You're welcome.